nominated commissioners is Justus Nyang'aya.
Entitled The Unseen Majority. And the unseen majority brought out that the unseen majority were 2 million people living in Nairobi without being planned for by government because nobody knew that they existed. These are people that were living in the informal settlements. There was no budgeting for education, health care, water, sanitation, security, because we were still dealing with 1948 policy. And I, with that research paper, went to the duty bearers within our governments, and we were part of the solution. We did not just criticize the government and say that, come on, this is something that you need to do yourself, but we were part of the solution. We made recommendation that the Nairobi Master Plan had to be reformed to include the unseen majority. These are some of the things that I will be bringing into the commission to address my suitability as well.
Thank you very much. I hear from the floor a member with a point of order.
Chair.
Yes, Whip.
I wanted to put to your attention, Chair, that if we allow Mr. Justus Nyang'aya to speak about his history, we'll sleep here until tomorrow. So I wanted us to go to the questions that are relevant to us. We don't want to sleep here. Already it's lunchtime, we're hungry, and don't add sleep also on it.
Yes, exactly, and that is why I gave you 5 uninterrupted minutes to speak about anything and everything that you think make you suitable. You have used that 5 minutes in the best way you have decided. All right, now you are here, and the vetting process or the approval process is done by members. So these members each have something to ask, and we are generally very few, so I want to encourage that every member that asks a question, we exhaust it immediately, so that you don't have to pile issues from one member to the other. So the first one is the majority whip, who is just next to me. So can you say 2 or 3 questions, which then the witness can respond to effectively, and then we go to another member.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to appreciate the very great friend Nyang'aya that he has come before us. And congratulations for your nomination and to this so far. Chair, from the nominee CV, he has traveled to countless countries. I don't know how to count them. There are very many. So I just want you, maybe you tell us of what relevance are you going to bring into the commission. Are you going to encourage that the commission will be now going to Zimbabwe, to Sweden, to Denmark, to see how election is done there as part of the extravagant way of spending money? Number 2, I want to appreciate your exposure to the international world in terms of the peace, how you've worked around the issues of conflict. As you join the commission has a problem experiencing both before, during, and after election violence. What value or how do you plan to handle the issues of violence should this committee and parliament appoint you to your position? Finally, I'm happy that you've been a party chair. And as a party of SDP, you had your own party list. Now that you are coming into the commission has also a commission, the IEBC list of members or participants. How do you want to resolve or handle the issues of nomination, which will come before you as part of your mandate in the Constitution, to look into the issues of nomination as the list comes to you? What is the preference? What can you comment on the 2 lists on the two membership of both the parties and the IEBC. Thank you, Chair.
All right, your response? Can you just press the console in front of you? Yes.
Thank you. Let me start with travel. I traveled to a lot of countries for meetings, but I was also asked to make presentation on certain issues that were pertinent to organizers of those meetings, but also as part of my work as Amnesty International Director. We had board meetings in our headquarters in London, but we also had our council meetings in different countries. And so my travel was work-related, and I was adding value to those meetings by sharing what our own country was able to contribute to the globe, but also to sort out our own internal meetings. That's why I travel. Traveling to Zimbabwe and Denmark and other places, as far as IEBC is concerned, in the event that you approve me, will only happen if there is value that we are adding. It will not be a question of just traveling, going and coming back. When you go, what is it that you are adding to the meeting that you have gone to? When you come back, what have you brought for us that we can use? It is really not just travel. So my own travels were basically around that. And the exposure to peace. Every elections, we have had problems. And these problems, even if it were to affect one person, that one will be one too many. We have to work in such a way that we do not have a culture of conflict every time that we have an election. And this is my approach. When people have conflict, I have, as I have said, I have skills in identifying conflicts before they happen, but also have skills to deal with conflicts as they happen and after they have happened.
Can you proceed to the last point now about about the nominations?
Okay.
Yes.
So do you want me to leave that?
No, I'm just trying to manage. Okay. I'm just trying to manage our time here effectively.
Okay, thank you. So
we have had you on that other one. So can you step into the new issue of nominations?
Yes. The nomination. I stopped being a member of Amnesty International in 2003. I've not been a member of any political party since then. But again, I think for me, party lists are important because as IEBC, we are people that are the referees, the people that consume the list and the party list are the political parties. And also
Right, so that is Justus Nyang'aya just trying to defend, the reason as to why he was one of the shortlisted nominees of the IEBC Commission, just urging Parliament to approve his nomination. But then let's go back to the story that I told you earlier on about the Public Accounts Committee chairperson James Opiyo Andai saying that it's impossible for Parliament to watch the committees to establish ownership of assets belonging to the government for lack of fixed assets register. Andai wants the National Assembly, the National Treasury actually, to develop an